Hi teacher, so this is the demonstration for the Newton's cradle. So in the pad you can find the pendulum and also the Newton's cradle. So actually we'll do the Newton's cradle first, so if you have time then you can do the pendulum. So that will be the flow. So let's start with the Newton's cradle. So actually this is talk about the force of impact. So if you learn the science in secondary school, you should learn about the conservation of momentum. But of course we will not go so deep, but we will make a Newton's cradle to show the conservation of momentum. You can see momentum like a force of impact, so you have just like the Newton's second law, force equal to mass times acceleration. So it is always if it is a elastic collision, then it will be a conservation. So it can show it by the Newton's cradle. So let's start with the making. So probably we will have the string and the rings like the step 1. So instead of using tape or tie the knot, we will use blue tack. So it will be easier for the kids to make it. So you will find the paper ruler in your box, but here I will use a proper ruler. So we keep it about 15 cm long. So we put the ring from one side and then the other side, and then measure by a ruler about 15 cm long between the rings. So as I mentioned before, you use blue tack, okay, to fix the ring on the string rather than tie it. Okay, just use the blue tack, stick it like this. So I hope you can see it. Okay. So you can find blue tack in your box, okay? So you don't have to make it exactly 15 because we can later on tune it, okay? Okay. So after you make the rings on the string above 50 cm, then you can put it in the dowel, the wooden dowel. So you can put on the wooden dowel and you can like this, okay? Again, here, if the connection is quite loose, you can put some tape on it, either masking tape or transparent tape. The same as the stand here. So you can put some masking tape or transparent tape to make it thicker, so it will be more firm when you make the stand. Actually, it's in the instruction, okay? You can read the booklets. You can read this booklets. Okay. After that, you want to fix it on the stand. Okay, so like this. So now, how to fix the marble on the string? Again, we use blue tack. So you hold the string up and then really put the marbles in the middle of the string, and then you fix it with the blue tack. Remember, don't use a lot of blue tack, okay? If not, it will affect the weight. And also, if you put too much blue tack, the blue tack will stick on the other marble when you swing it. So just use little, okay? So after you've put the blue tack on the marble, you will find that they are not aligned, okay, in a parallel line, okay. So that's why we need the rings. So when you move the rings, make sure the dowel is not moving, okay. If your dowel is moving, then there's no point. It's not actually changing the length of the string. So you need to hold the dowel and then you move it in so that they align, okay. So from the side, look at it from the side, is a horizontal line. So you keep twisting it. Also, when you look at it from the top, it is a horizontal line. It needs sometimes to find the right position. Okay. So if you really cannot, then you need to move the blue tack and the marbles a bit by hand rather than by the ring. Okay. So now you can see it's nearly in the line. Okay. This is for me. Okay, then you can start testing it. So you can see it's not very good now. So you just again twist it until you can find a very good impact. Okay, so just keep trying it, and then you will find that when you lift one here, and then this one will bounce at the same height. Okay, so of course it will stop eventually because loss of the resistance. So it's not a perfect collision, but it's fine because we just want to check when you swing one, and then the other one is going up at the same height. And in the lesson plan, you will see there's some other activities. Say that you are changing the you can add more marbles and you can change it to a metal marble which is heavier. You can see what happened after that. So again, this is why we use a blue tack, because it's easier to replace. Okay, so this is for the Newton's cradle. And if you have time, you can do the pendulum. The pendulum is more easy. What you need is just a clamp. Okay, so you clamp this on a table by L shape. Okay, just put the sewer through. It's quite hard to show you in the video for this, but you can look at the instruction. It's quite clear. So just clamp this plastic on the table. Okay. So it is firm. And then you add the pendulum stand. And then the metal bar. And then two swing arm, one longer, one shorter. And then you need a fixture, okay, a rack fixture. Okay, then you're done. And on the R, you can see the part that attached to the marble. You just click in it, and then you can start the experiment counting the pendulum period. So in this experiment, actually we want to find out that the period is affected by the length of the arm or affected by the weight of the marble. So they will find out how many times it's swaying for example 60 seconds by changing the length and keep the weight, and then changing the weight and keep the length. So every time only one variable, and then they find out the results, find out the conclusions. They find out the answer. Okay, so that's all for this class, and thank you.